Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Priscilla Obasi. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. Now the news in details. The federal government has declared Thursday, June 12, a national public holiday in observance of Democracy Day, marking 26 years of uninterrupted civil rule in Africa's most populous nation. The announcement was made in a statement issued by Magdalena Jani, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Interior. The statement says Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, extending congratulations to citizens and emphasizing the importance of the milestone. As Salah, a symbol of faith, unity, and resilience, enters its third day, Muslims defy economic hardship to celebrate the festival of sacrifice with joy and gratitude. Samuel Odi completes this report.
Muslims gather to celebrate Eid Mubarak, also known as Salah, commemorating Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son Ismail as an act of obedience to Allah. This celebration also involves distributing meat and food to the poor and other religions.
Alhamdulillah for Almighty Allah that has made it possible for us to witness yet another Eid al-Adha. Started yesterday, down to today. Tomorrow, by Monday, we'll be rounding it up. This Eid started during the lifetime of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, who dedicates all his life and his soul to Almighty Allah, and in seeking for a favor or blessing from Allah.
Slaughtering ram, giving it to those needy, those ones who are desperate, who doesn't have anything to take. If you look at it, you see it's another form of uniting the Muslim Ummah.
Residents in Abuja gathered in various locations to share, celebrate and reflect on the message of Eid Mubarak by Prophet Ibrahim.
I am celebrating my Salah today and I am happy to meet my friends.
It's part of our religion. It unites all of us. Meeting at the mosque, praying for the Eid prayer. So, and having time for family and friends, both the Muslim and the Christians, to please stay united. And this country is the only country we have.
As we celebrate Salah, let us remember the importance of faith, sacrifice and generosity. May this blessed occasion bring us closer to Allah and to each other. Happy Eid Mubarak. Samuel Odi for Global Television News.
President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to intensify prayers for the military and security agencies, recognizing their sacrifice in protecting the nation against terrorism and banditry. The president made this known after Eid al-Kabir prayers in Lagos. Defense correspondent Kikelomo Okere has the details.
Speaking after the Eid al-Kabir prayer in Lagos, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emphasized compassion, unity and selflessness during the season, urging citizens to support the vulnerables and behave responsibly. He highlighted the extraordinary effort of troops on the front lines and encouraged fervent prayers for their safety.
The spirit of peace must come together, be one another's brother's keeper, give your neighbors, love everyone equally. We must pray hard for our troops who are keeping us safe, making the sacrifices in the challenges that we face in terrorism and banditry today. We must pray for them, specifically and we must remember their sacrifices and continue to be of good behavior.
The event was attended by key government officials, security advisors, and prominent business leaders. The chief imam of Lagos State also urged the faithfuls to emulate Prophet Abraham's spirit of sacrifice. Kike Lomo Ukeri, Global Television News.
Each of the 3,200 pilgrims from Sokoto State have received 1,000 Saudi riyals, which is equivalent to 450,000 naira, as Salah gift from Governor Ahmed Aliyu. The governor made the announcement on Saturday during a visit to the Sokoto contingent in Mina, where he congratulated them on the successful completion of the Hajj exercise. Aliyu says the gesture was aimed at supporting the pilgrims financially as they prepare to return journey to Nigeria. 9 persons lost their lives in a fatal motor accident in Kieramla village, Ringim local government area of Jigawa State. According to the Jigawa State Police Command, the accident, which occurred on Saturday at about 2 p.m., involved 2 Golf 3 Saloon vehicles and left several other persons injured. In a statement, the State Police Public Relations Officer Shishu Adam stated that one of the vehicles was driven by Adamu Sanusi, a 35-year-old man from Hadajai local government, and heading to Gujungu town from Abuja. Former Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, VON, Osita Okechukwu, has decried the failure of successive government to implement the UWI's Electoral Reform Committee recommendations on electoral reform in the past 17 years. Okechukwu urged President Bola Tinubu to muster the political will and clear the UWI's debt burden by amending the constitution. He charged the president to make public appointments of chairmen and members of both national and state electoral commissions mandatory. Governor Hyacinth Alia has gained support from fellow clergymen in the face of mounting calls for a state of emergency in Benue State. Global TV's correspondent Felicity Indere reports that the Benue chapter of the Charismatic Bishops Conference of Nigeria rejected calls from one of their colleagues for the declaration of emergency rule during a press briefing held in Makurdi, the state's capital. No fewer than 66 parcels of loud, a strong strain of cannabis packaged as green tea, have been intercepted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the import shed of the Murtala Muhammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. In a statement signed by the Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, reveals that the seizure, made on Thursday, 5th June 2025, was based on credible intelligence received ahead of the arrival of the consignment at the cargo wing of the airport. The load consignment, weighing 62.20 kg, was concealed inside wraps of green tea, came with Thailand via UAE on an Emirates airline flight. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has announced the introduction of additional train services on its Lagos-Ibadan and Abuja-Kaduna standard gauge corridor to manage the increased volume of passengers returning from the Eid-el-Kabir celebration. The managing director of the corporation, Dr. Kayode Opiefa, the supplementary trip on the Lagos-Ibadan route are scheduled to operate on Monday, while services on the Abuja-Kaduna corridor will be extended through Tuesday. Former military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, has said the Biafra civil war was never his choice. The former ruler spoke after he was honored with a Lifetime Integrity and Achievement Award at the 5th Convention of the Christian Men's Fellowship, Abuja, Anglican Diocese of Abuja. He described the civil war as the most difficult period of his life, disclosing that his decision to prosecute the Biafra Civil War was never born out of hatred. The North Central All Progressives Congress (APC) Forum has declared that its push for Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang is to join the party is based on a directive from above. The forum has been calling on Mutfwang of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to defect to the APC. However, the forum's attempts to woo Mutfwang are being resisted by some leaders of the APC in Plateau State who believe the governor's defection would automatically hand him the party structure as well as the governorship ticket for the 2027 election. The Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, has faltered the federal government's directive mandating a full transition to counter-based testing of WAEC and NECO examination by 2026, warning that such a move will not end examination malpractice in the country. NUT National President Comrade Audu Amba stated this during an interview in Abuja, saying the real issues driving malpractice is the overemphasis on paper qualifications. Amba noted that the Nigerian society places too much value on certificates and grades without considering the actual intelligence or capacity of the students. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has warned of likely thunderstorms and rainfall in most parts of Nigeria between Sunday, June 9 and Tuesday, June 11, 2025. The alert, contained in NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja, forecasts a wet start to the week with heavy downpours expected in the north, central, and southern parts of the country. In the afternoon-evening hours, there are prospects of thunderstorms with rains over parts of Taraba, Adamawa, Katsina, Kano, Zamfara, Kaduna, Jigawa, Borno, Gombe, and Bauchi. You are watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, federal government set to revive Ajaokuta steel plant. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now we go to the business news. The Deputy National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers, Engineer Dr. Bola Madasiru, says Nigeria requires an estimated $3 trillion investment to meet the infrastructure demands of its growing population of over 200 million people. He made this revelation while speaking at a mentorship and scholarship program organized by the institution in collaboration with the Civil Engineering Department of Enugu State University of Science and Technology. Moving on, the Minister of Steel Development, Shaibu Abubakar Audu, says the federal government has reached an advanced stage in its bid to revive the comatose Ajaokuta Steel Company in Kogi State. The minister disclosed this while hosting stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in Kogi State at his country home in Abonicha, Ofu local government area of the state. Audu stated that the federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the original equipment manufacturers of the plant to that effect. Next, we go to the foreign scene. President Donald Trump has warned that there will be serious consequences if tech mogul Elon Musk funds Democratic candidates to run against Republicans who vote in favor of Trump's sweeping budget bill. The president also said he has no desire to repair his relationship with Musk after a feud between the two men erupted in public view. Trump's comments were the most extensive since he and Musk exchanged threats and attacks on X and Truth Social earlier this week. In preparation for the UN-organized Ocean Conference, UNOC, Greenpeace International delegation to the conference has announced the NGO's objective. The conference is aimed at rallying global leaders into supporting a moratorium on deep-sea mining, a contentious practice opposed by 33 nations so far. Here is Uyi Abomwefebe's report.
There is pressure on the United Nations Ocean Conference starting Monday in Nice to show that countries can unite and deliver more than just talk for the world's ailing and neglected seas. Megan Randles, head of Greenpeace International's delegation to the conference, breaks down the implications of the threats.
The ocean is currently is facing a multitude of threats, from overfishing, destructive fishing, and the climate emergency. What we're really hoping to see is that politicians really come together and protect the ocean at UNOC. The science is clear. When you protect the ocean, it can bounce back. However, all governments have committed to protecting 30% of the ocean by 2030.
France is hosting world leaders this week to confront what the United Nations calls a global emergency in the oceans. But what is expected, and can the summits make a difference?
At UNOC, we are hoping that we'll have this moment of celebration. However, at the moment, only 30 countries have ratified. We really need to see 60, and we're hoping that that's what we'll get from the end of this conference.
Uyi Agmofwegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Next, in sport, Nigeria Sports Commission has formally inaugurated two vital committees, the Election Petitions Committee and the Election Appeals Committee, as part of its effort to ensure transparency, fairness, and integrity in the conduct of sports federation elections. A statement signed by Dr. Kehinde Ajayi, the Commission's Director of Sports, says the selection was made in line with international standards and its renewed commitment to excellence in sports governance. Coco Gauff has won the French Open title for the first time by defeating top-ranked Aryna Sabalenka 6-7, 5, 6-2, 6-4 in Saturday's final. The second-ranked Gauff came out on top of a contest that was full of tension and momentum swings to claim her second major trophy after the 2023 US Open, where she also came from a set down to beat Sabalenka in the final. And as Global Television News Express comes to an end, let's take a look at our top stories. We told you that the federal government has declared Thursday, June 12, a national public holiday in observance of Democracy Day. In business, the Deputy National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers, Engineer Dr. Bola Madasiru, says Nigeria requires an estimated $3 trillion investment to meet the infrastructure demands of its growing population of over 200 million people. On the foreign scene, we told you, in preparation for the UN-organized Ocean Conference, UNOC, Greenpeace International delegation to the conference has announced the NGO's objectives. And in sports, we told you that Nigeria Sports Commission has formally inaugurated two vital committees, the Election Petitions Committee and the Election Appeals Committee as part of its effort to ensure transparency, fairness, and integrity in the conduct of Sports Federation elections. And that is it on Global TV News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Priscilla Obasi. Thank you for watching.